I'm kidding. You wouldn't know whether Mike is to save your life. The only Mikes you've ever been able to find is Mike and Ike. That's it.
Okay.
It's candy. It's a delicious candy.
Okay, that's great.
Do you have any?
No,
I got a Mike and Ike last week. It was so good.
they're gross.
Mike and Ike?
Yeah.
Okay. You're being mean.
If you like them, I'm glad.
Thank you.
I'm glad you like them.
Okay. I said thank you already.
All right. Are we
Yeah, we're live. People are seeing how mean you are.
I said I'm happy if you like Mike and Ike. There's nothing wrong with that.
How you doing?
I like hot tamales.
Are those the Mike and Ike brand?
Yeah, it's the same brand.
I don't
Like
like.
a Good and Plenty.
I don't like Good and Plenty.
I don't like Good and Plenty either.
Getting Good and Plenty is like getting raisins.
That's true. Well, those are like black licorice flavor, aren't they? I don't know why anybody eats anything that's like anise flavor.
You get the white and you get the purple, and purple's the only one with flavor.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm not a fan.
man, I gotta get some Mike and Ike.
Hot tamales, though. I got like tropical hot tamales once.
Hmm.
I don't recommend.
So when you come over to my house tomorrow, I shouldn't have a big old bowl of Mike and Ike,
If that makes you happy.
but
That's
will it make
fine.
you happy? Will
No,
you be
well,
like,
I don't
oh,
like
what a
Mike
great
and Ike.
host?
I'm telling you, I don't like Mike and Ike.
All right,
All right.
we're gonna start recording episode 167.
I'm ready.
Welcome to episode 167 of the All the Books Show, recorded at the David A. Howe Public Library, where we talk book news, author news, and literary news, which sometimes means awards.
It sure does.
Yeah. And I'm Eric
I'm Nick.
Mickles.
Gunning.
That was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
These are my favorite awards that we're going to be talking about today. The Goodreads Choice Awards.
Nick,
everybody.
you say that about every award.
I don't. No, but I do like the Goodreads Choice Awards because anybody can vote.
Mhm.
So like the books you're reading, you go and you vote. And to me, it's a little bit more, it's a more helpful meter of like what people are really interested in and what people are really reading. I think we all kind of use it afterwards to sort of see the winners and the ones that got the most votes and kind of check the collection and see like, do we have these? And it's a good way to know, what's popular here and outside of our library as well. So the Goodreads Choice Awards are up, and we're going to talk about the nominees a little bit later.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, let's talk about some other stuff.
What if we never did? What if we got through the New York Times bestsellers list
Yeah.
and then we're like, well, good night, everybody.
Yeah,
and
that'd
then
drive people
hung
crazy.
up.
That would drive people crazy.
What a trick that would be.
No, now we're going to do a roundtable politics discussion. So we're bringing our guests. Just kidding. We're not going to talk about politics. Other than to say you should vote. Voting day is coming up, so please vote.
Here to talk
That's
politics,
all.
buddy.
I don't get it.
You got Pauly Shore
Pauly
as
Sh-
our
oh,
guest
Pauly
for our
Shore.
political roundtable.
You used that time to see if you could do a Pauly Shore impression. Realized you couldn't and did it anyway. I respect that. Let's open up the old books. Check the bookmarks. See where
Right.
we are.
I couldn't do a Carrot Top impression, so I went.
It's just prop comedy.
Yeah, that's
so,
why I couldn't.
yeah.
On this audio medium,
Sure.
people were like,
the Twitch gang and YouTube would
Yeah.
have loved it, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't have worked.
but people were like, is he doing a bit? He's been awfully quiet.
Yeah.
I hear shuffling.
Eric's pointed out that my bookmark is meager this week, and I guess that's true. So
Not on air.
here are the things that I've been reading. Okay, so I read there's a new Yellow Submarine graphic novel that takes the nonsensical story from the film Yellow Submarine.
And album? Does the album have like a story?
Well, there is no like album Yellow
Oh,
Submarine.
the Beatles.
It's just a soundtrack to the movie.
Oh, okay.
So it's like established songs with instrumentals by George Martin. And I think there's maybe 2 or 3 like Hey Bulldog and All Together Now are specifically just in Yellow Submarine. But it's not like it was an album first.
Right.
The song is on Revolver.
Okay.
Anyway, the movie is kind of a acid trip through like
I've seen some of it.
Beatle references and weird art.
Yeah.
The Beatles don't do the voices. It doesn't sound anything like them, except for Ringo. Ringo's pretty close.
Lisa in The Simpsons,
Yeah.
when she gets anesthetic or she gets the gas for her dentist, she has like this crazy fever dream that she's in the Yellow Submarine, and the Beatles stop by, and it's pretty funny. They hit a portrait and they get on fire and they fall. It's a very classic episode.
Oh, sounds good.
Lisa needs braces. Go on.
Anyway, the movie is pretty nonsensical. It's kind of a fun watch. There's a lot of music in it to break it up.
Yeah.
It just didn't work so great as a graphic novel because
Did you try listening to the music while you read?
I listened to Pink Floyd's The Wall, and it synced up perfectly.
Huh.
It was
It's weird. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if I would recommend it. The illustrations are good, and I mean, yeah, why not? Check it out. Flip through
Okay. What a turnaround.
it. Go
I
ahead.
did not expect this ending.
Go ahead.
Call M. Night Shyamalan.
Then I also, for graphic novels, I finished
was
The Injustice League, which has Lex Luthor on the Justice League, which is kind of fun.
This is volume 6?
Yeah, there were a couple of short, like little 3 or 4 issue kind of stories. Some were good, some were bad. I wouldn't say it was a great collection overall, but it's fine. It's decent. Yeah. And then I finished Hauntings.
Oh, this sounds like a scary book. Maybe written by an established horror author?
No. It's wrritten by Nancy Holder.
Okay.
And
is she known for ghost stories?
She's known for writing TV supplemental novels.
Uh-huh. Oh, so like a scary, this is for like American Horror Story or something.
No. This is a novel from the WB television series Smallville.
Okay.
But I don't want to give too much away about the book. Not that I think that anyone in the universe is going to read this book. But I was kind of expecting there to be an explanation for the supernatural goings-on, and there wasn't. It was just a straight up like a ghost story.
There were no meteor rocks?
No.
That brought this ghost to life?
No.
He died just as the meteor rocks were happening? And
I mean, meteor rocks were involved, but it was still like
yeah,
ghosts. I mean, it was just straight up ghosts.
There you
go.
go.
It was pretty good. I liked it. I said in my Goodreads review that it kind of set Smallville a little more firmly in the DC universe. Like it did some. There was some Wayne stuff happening. Pete Ross was interested in politics, which is a thing from the comics. And, so overall, I thought it was a pretty decent read.
Is he also interested in chewing gum in this novel?
No, that's a later episode of the television series Smallville.
Did it feel like Smallville?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah, it did. And we have the Smallville series in our collection, and it's been pretty popular. So.
I know. We got the first... Somebody donated the first 5 seasons to us. Yeah. So we're like, all right, let's just add them. Yeah. And people seem to still care.
I wish that I could say the same for Lois and Clark, but that didn't get a lot of play.
No. I mean, it got checked out. People... The first season. What's the best season of Lois and Clark?
Probably the first.
Okay.
I mean, because it has Lex Luthor still, and they're not, like, in love, so a little better.
Okay.
Let's see.
Were they only in love after Lex Luthor left because Lois still had a thing for Lex Luthor?
I mean, it kind of gradually happened.
Oh, but, nice.
And now
Wait. Yeah. That was only 4 seasons.
Yeah.
They got married what season?
The 4th season, I think.
How long did they date?
Well, so stupid. The first season, they don't date. The second season is kind of like,
will they, won't they?
In the third season, they're like a couple and then married.
Wow.
Fourth season,
that is a quick engagement.
Yeah.
All right. That's what I was just doing the math. I'm like, they wouldn't have been dating engaged long.
Yeah, I guess because they like meet in the pilot. So they're not together that long.
Yeah. Well, when Clark sees something he wants with his X-ray vision,
he slowly, over the course of 4 seasons, goes for it.
Yeah.
Boy, where are we? Oh,
do you think he's ever like, when they're fighting, he's like, "Oh, your heart must be covered in lead."
Yeah,
I can't see
through it.
Yeah, I can't see through it.
That's great.
Anyway. I'm gonna stop now.
That's it for books. But I do want to mention too in the video.
No,
game,
you're reading something.
Yeah, I am. I was just doing things I finished, and I finished while I spent the day on the couch wearing this outfit.
Yeah,
yesterday.
wearing your work outfit, looking like Mr. Rogers while people are downstairs.
Yeah. So I had to get my furnace repaired, and I didn't think it was going to be an all-day thing. So I just was like, well, I'll just get dressed and I'll go in whenever they're done. All-day thing. So I just like sat at home in a tie all day, like some weird. Like I was basically Mr. Belvedere for the day.
They come up with your furnaces like, hey, where do you want this? And you're just like, well,
I'm like, oh, pish posh. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. But it did give me a little time to finish Uncharted 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo, exactly. No. So this is part of the Nathan Drake game series.
Yeah.
I liked the first one. I liked the second one much better.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was fun. It was exciting to finish it. So now I'm going to try a little, I'm going to go back to Tomb Raider Underworld, which I was playing on the Wii like 10 years ago. And I'm going to pick it up and finish it, baby.
I don't know what that's going to be like with the Wii remote, because there's a lot of swimming in that one.
Is there?
Yeah.
I mean, I've done like half the game, so I probably have swim.
All right.
Swam?
Swam.
I don't know.
You probably swam.
Is my wife watching?
You probably went swimming.
Tell me what verb it is.
Okay.
That's it for things I've finished. I'm currently reading Lee Child's Never Go Back.
Yeah, what the heck?
Well, it's for the book club.
Ongoing listeners know that Nick and I once saw Jack Reacher Never Go Back in theaters, and it was a bad film.
It was a bad film. It was.
So.
Well, we were originally going to do One Shot, which was the first movie.
Okay.
That's what the first movie is based on. But there's no audiobooks, and usually the book club likes there to be some more like format options. So I was checking to see what was available, and I thought, let's go with Never Go Back.
All right.
It is different from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Better in some ways, worse in others.
Yeah.
I would say the story overall is pretty good.
But you miss Tom Cruise.
No. But remember in the movie, it's Tom Cruise and Kobe Smulders. They're not a couple.
Yeah.
They're just like working together.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unique. It's interesting that it's not a romance. This is just like a straight up. They get together and they're like, well, I guess we better share one hotel room. Wink.
Huh.
And it kind of takes a little bit of the intrigue out of it because they're just like on a cute little romantic road trip together.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm enjoying the book more than I thought, and I think the book club will like it. And they've been asking to do a Jack Reacher since like day one.
He only owns the clothes that he wears, right?
Yes, he does. Yeah,
he doesn't have any extra clothes.
He doesn't have anything. That's his whole thing.
So when he goes and he's washing his shirt like in a sink, does he never wash his underwear?
He does. He's just naked in a hotel room, just like washing his clothes, hanging them up. Puts them on in the morning.
All right.
Yep.
There we go.
Now you know.
That's still pretty gross.
It's a little gross. He should have a couple.
Yeah.
He should probably have at least a backup pair of underwear.
At least.
He does have a toothbrush that like hooks on his belt.
Cool.
Yeah. I have a.
My dad could beat it. Your Jack Reacher dad.
Do you remember what was our episode where we talked all about Jack Reacher exclusively?
Oh, geez. I don't remember. Your brother was here.
Yeah, he was. Anyway, I think we kind of covered this in that episode, but there's something to these books, like I do enjoy them. I like Jack Reacher as a character, but they get very boring. It's episode 116, by the way. Episode 116
is where we talked about
Spotlight
Jack Reacher?
on Lee Child.
Oh, Lee Child.
So you can look at that. So there's something to it. I do like it. I like the writing, but I think Jack Reacher as a character is just a little too. I don't know. He's like a Mary Sue, he can do no wrong. He's one step ahead of everyone.
Yeah. But he's not good in a fight.
He's great in a fight.
Okay.
He's the best in a fight.
Is he handsome?
Yeah, he's handsome.
Darn it.
Tall, muscular. Yeah.
Yeah, but his life must be full of responsibilities.
No, it's great. He's a free spirit. He just goes from town to town. Yep.
All right.
So that can get a little dull. That can get a little old because there's no like, I wonder, is he gonna? No, he'll figure it out. It'll be fine. So I went for a while where I read a bunch of these like back to back. I was really enjoying them. I think maybe it's a never go back situation.
Nice.
Because I am enjoying this, but I don't. It would be a couple of years, I think, before I was like, I'll check out Jack Reacher.
Do you want to read one where Jack Reacher meets an author named Lee Child and has to protect him?
I don't think so.
But he's also like, why am I protecting you? It's like you're protecting me.
If he could meet Sam Beckett from Quantum Leap.
Okay.
And the fugitive from The Fugitive, that would be perfect because those are basically all the same story.
And
it's just
the Incredible Hulk, but from the 70s TV show.
Yeah, Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno, Incredible Hulk, where the character just like, I'll go in this town and stir up some trouble and make some friends and leave.
Yeah,
that's
you
Jack
wanted to
Reacher
sing that. I could tell.
Did I?
Yeah, you kind of had a little song in there.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Well, there's a song in my heart.
Okay. What else are you reading?
In my heart. What else am I reading? Well, I am reading Traveler's Rest by Keith Lee Morris. I just picked this up randomly. It's the last of my Halloween reads this year, and it's working. Let me tell you, it's the basic story is kind of a Hotel California situation where people pull off in a snowstorm, and they're kind of trapped in this hotel. And
do you think Hotel California is taking place during a snowstorm?
No, but they're drawn to the hotel. And they're kind of like stuck there, and they can't.
They can't leave. They can check out whenever they like.
Yeah,
they can never leave.
They can never leave.
Okay,
so that's what it is. It's all very like. Is this a dream? Is this really happening? And that kind of thing is always really effective for me, like spooky wise. So I'm really liking it. I'm about 200 pages out of 350 through it.
Right.
And so far it's doing a good job. So more to report next week, but I'm a fan as of right now.
That's not a Twilight Zone episode. That's a movie. Is it a Hitchcock film?
What?
Where a bunch of strangers are at a party and they just can't seem to leave the party.
Oh. That sounds interesting. I don't know what that is.
It's an older black and white film. Maybe it's not Hitchcock, but I can't remember. Maybe it's foreign. Anyway, are you listening to Hotel California on loop while you read this?
There's a movie called The Exterminating Angel.
Huh. I don't know if that's
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. So that's all that you are reading then.
That's it at the moment. Yep. What about you?
I finished the Wolfen.
Oh, hey, the Wolfen.
Yeah, I didn't like the Wolfen, man.
Oh, that's sad.
I was real bored.
That's real sad.
I couldn't get into it. I didn't like the characters.
If you're curious about our episode featuring the Wolfen, that was episode 8.
Wow.
The Wolfen.
Yeah.
All right, so you didn't like the characters.
No, I didn't like the characters. I didn't find it scary. It's one of those things where, like, you know what the monster is.
Yeah.
And they know what the monster is. But, like, nobody can do anything. You know that nothing's going to happen until the very end of the book, and you have 300 pages to get to it.
Right.
And so it's just kind of like, the next pages are just kind of filled with like, oh, looks like, hey, they can smell you. Wow. And I mean, there was one conversation where they were just talking about the sense of smell that dogs have and how that works and how you get rid of it. And that was more fascinating than the things that were happening. I'm like, oh, go down river with the wind. Interesting. But then it gets back to the story. I'm like, ugh. So
that's too bad.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Because you have the image here of the movie. Are you going to watch the movie?
Maybe the movie would be interesting.
It's 80s, right?
Yeah, it's probably more of like interesting in terms of like effects. But they're not werewolves. They're just wolf creatures.
Wolf creatures.
They're like more advanced human-like wolves, but they're not people turning into werewolves.
Okay.
So there's no mystery to it. There's no real terror.
Huh.
So anyway.
The film stars Albert Finney, Diane Verona, Gregory Hines, and Edward James Olmos.
Huh. Okay. So instead, I started Contagion by Aaron Bowman. This is a young adult book. This was on one of our sexy new books, but I can't remember which one.
Okay.
Help is light years away, says the cover. So they're going to
It's pretty far.
explore something that has a distress signal, but it's on an uninhabitable planet. And I think things are going to get pretty tense, and then they won't be able to get any help, so they got to get off.
You now.
Yeah. I like those kind of like, we're isolated, we're in space, what do we do situations.
Yeah, I do too. I like those as well.
Nice. I also like them as well.
I like them too, Eric.
What did I finish? Volume 4 of Hawkeye, which means I finished that run of Hawkeye by Matt Fraction.
I really liked that.
This one was Rio Bravo. It was pretty good. I wish this was the standard. I wish this was the only Hawkeye we'd get.
Yeah.
Just kind of this down on his luck, regular Joe Hawkeye instead of like the rest of them. Every time I was reading this, I'm like, oh, but Hawkeye and the Avengers is all different.
I like that part in the middle where everything stops and he goes and hangs out with his family on a barn.
In the movie.
Oh, that was just the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I was confusing.
Because you saw Wolf.
I saw Wolf.
And you had James Spader on the brain.
I sure did.
Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ninja Turtles.
You're right.
All right. I also, because in Age of Ultron, where they go to the barn, it's like but Ninja Turtles did it better.
They sure did. They sure did. I love those movies.
Yeah.
The original Ninja Turtle movies.
Yeah.
I only read the first 2 volumes of that Hawkeye series.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we have L.A. Woman or Rio Bravo.
No. But I read them.
This says there's more. This says there's...
Yeah, there's one more called...
All New Hawkeye?
All New Hawkman, but I don't think that's Fraction, but it might be.
Hawkman. No, it's Jeff Lemire.
Hawkeye. And then he gets another series, but this is like Matt Fraction's run.
Okay.
So... I read Young Avengers. I said I read the first volume, but I finished the series.
Oh.
It never gets great, but it's enjoyable. I liked it. And there's a character in it. Her name is... well, she goes by Miss America.
Okay.
But that's not her. It's oh man, I just typed in America by Childish Gambino, and that's not what I meant to do. America Chavez.
Okay.
She's this character. I guess she was in one issue of a miniseries I hadn't read. It was like a 7-issue miniseries about different villains, and like she's in like the first one. Anyway, she's super strong. She can punch holes through dimensions. She's very cool. And I was like, what? Where has she been? Anyway. She's a cool character. This
isn't the one with Jessica Jones, is it? Is Jessica Jones in this?
No.
Okay.
No. So, anyways, I liked this Young Avengers. It was never as good as the original Young Avengers, but it has introduced me to a cool new character. And Loki was in it. So, he was fun.
Loki?
Yes, it was young Loki, but at some point he becomes teenage Loki.
That's cool.
And I've also started the last volume of the Venom collections that collect like the 90s series.
Okay.
This is Venom Tooth and Claw. I read the Tooth and Claw at like 3 issues with him and Wolverine. Real bad.
Is it?
Right now I'm reading The Trial of Venom or Venom on Trial.
Venom on Trial.
And also real bad. So I don't think Venom's going out with a bang in this like 90s run.
I wouldn't think so, no.
So, and I watched the pilot of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Just you saying that has scared me.
I liked it, but I probably won't watch it anymore. It's just a bit too dark for my own taste.
A little Satan heavy, would you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, your Satan mileage will vary on this show.
Yeah.
But everything about it's good. I don't know the actress's name. It's something.
Kiernan Shipka.
Yeah, she was in Mad Men.
Mm-hmm.
She plays Sabrina. She's very good. And so are the two aunts. I like Salem in it. You can tell the guy who did Riverdale did the show.
Oh, okay.
But I thought
is Luke Perry in it?
No. But I thought that just off the pilot, this was already like a stronger show than Riverdale. It does a lot of cool, interesting stuff. So if it's something you think you might like, it's a good version of that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, let's close up shop on the bookmarks then and move on to book news.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of advance notices today.
No, I don't.
Look, you normally do 3.
I know.
Today you have 2, so that's not a big difference.
I usually do 3 and a large print, but I'm running low right now. So
oh, yeah.
It's kind of a dead season, I think. It'll pick up a little bit as we get...
A real dead zone.
Oh, yeah. Like the book and movie and TV series Dead Zone.
Yep.
Eric and I are doing a book club on the Dead Zone on Halloween at 3:30, and guess what? It's still bad. Here we go.
The book, not the book club.
Well, that remains to be seen, but the book was definitely bad. You might enjoy this one, Eric. Death of an Eye.
What?
This is book number 1 in the Eye of Isis series by
Isis,
Dana.
the 70s TV show?
The low-watt DC character, yep. By Dana Stabenow, Alexandria, 47 BCE. I don't remember what that stands for, but... Cleopatra shares the throne with her brothers, Ptolemy, under the auspices of Julius Caesar, by whom Cleopatra is heavily pregnant with child. A shipment of new coin meant to reset the shaky Egyptian economy has been stolen. The queen's eye has been murdered, and Queen Cleopatra turns to childhood friend Teshiri to find the missing shipment and bring the murderer to justice. That's weird, right?
Yeah.
You like Egyptian stuff?
Yeah.
You do?
What? You asked me that almost like you were angry at me.
No,
for
I'm
that.
just wondering. You do.
Like,
you
what's
do
up, nerd?
Don't you like Egyptian?
I like
things?
ancient Egypt. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna read this book?
Probably not.
Death of an Eye.
It's. I guess I didn't realize that Egypt had ancient Egypt during Cleopatra's had a recession.
Yeah,
like
I
this.
guess.
You read the line shaky Egyptian economy, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you'd think pitch would always be popular, but
so
I guess not.
Though I will say, I like my ancient civilizations, but Egypt is one that I probably know the least about because it's so old.
Yeah,
and it's old, and it's almost like the most alien when you start reading ancient Egypt stuff. You're like, this is just so strange.
It is very strange.
Well,
like Wilbur Smith's River God and Desert God and all that.
You read something about ancient Rome, you're like, oh, I see how we got where we are. But you read ancient Egypt, and even their gods and their mythology, it's all just so strange.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on Neptune.
Yeah, but it's interesting. I remember in 6th grade when we started Ancient Civ for the first time in my life. We started with ancient Egypt because where else would you start? Yeah. And I was like, whoa, this is so cool.
Yeah.
So
great, crazy town.
But
so you're gonna read the Eye of Isis. I already clicked away. I don't know.
Death of an Eye.
Thank
the
you.
Eye of Isis.
Thank
yeah.
You. All right.
No.
Well, I know how you like ancient Egypt. How do you feel about low-watt mysteries that are a little pervy?
Yeah, I don't. Even this title, it's
like
oh.
Okay.
When you know how Stuart Woods names his books, this title's gross.
Yeah, a little gross.
Go on.
Delicate Touch. Book number 48 in the long-running Stone Barrington series by Stuart Woods.
There's a big safe on the cover that says Excelsior.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a full cover yet.
Well.
All right, good for you.
I have contacts.
When an old acquaintance reaches out to Stone Barrington requesting a delicate touch. Just kidding, but probably true.
Maybe, yeah.
The job seems easy enough. Oh, sorry. She needs assistance. The job seems easy enough. She needs an expert in an esoteric field.
Right.
Someone with both the knowledge and careful dexterity to solve a puzzle. But the solution to one small problem blows the lid open on the biggest scandal going back decades and involving numerous prominent New Yorkers who would prefer the past to stay buried.
No.
I can't even read the second paragraph. There's too many double entendres. It's cracking me up.
Okay.
So I'm just going to call it right there.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Listeners, you'll have to go find your own copy of A Delicate Touch by Stuart Woods to see what has made Nick laugh.
Yeah.
So
please don't. All right, that's it for me. What do you got on the New York Times bestseller list?
Nothing. You didn't want to share what you were talking about. I'm not going to share New York Times.
You're not going to tell me?
No,
you want me? I can read you this pervy paragraph.
No, it's fine. I got the hardcover fiction. Wow, you're still reading it? Just close it.
Click away. I got to click away.
All right. Speaking of Stuart Woods.
Speaking of.
Number 13 on the New York Times bestsellers list for hardcover fiction.
Unlucky 13.
Desperate Measures by Stuart Woods. So the 47th book in the Stone Barrington series.
Wow.
Debuts at number 13.
Look out.
So when does this other one come out? Delicate Touch?
I don't know. I clicked away from it.
All right.
A couple months.
All right. Well,
November.
He's running them fast.
Yeah.
Where the Crawdads Sing is not on the top 10.
Uh-oh.
It's a different time.
Goodbye, Crawdads.
So number 10, we have When We Were Young by The Killers. Just kidding. By Karen Kingsbury.
And this is about somebody being stuck in a marsh and solving mysteries?
This is somebody
That was Crawdads.
Right.
Okay, all right.
The reality of Noah and Emily Carter's marriage is different from one curated from their social media followers.
Snooze.
Yeah. It turns out Noah, he doesn't look like he doesn't look. Forget it.
Oh boy. Oh boy. He doesn't
look a thing.
Doesn't look a thing.
Like Jesus. But he talks like a gentleman.
Is this from The Killers?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I screwed it up. I ruined it. Anyway.
You did. I saw the Goo Goo Dolls, everyone. I don't know if we talked about that, but I did.
Yeah.
That's it.
Maybe you didn't talk
about
it.
90s. I just figured.
No, Killers are early aughts, mid-aughts.
Well, so are the Goo Goo Dolls.
2007.
They're relevant today, man.
I'm not attacking the Goo Goo Dolls.
I wish you would.
Anyways, that was number 10.
Okay.
Number 9, Winter in Paradise by Ellen Hildebrand. Irene Steele uncovers her husband's secret life on a Caribbean island following his death. That's a good time for somebody to find your secrets, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No harm, no
foul.
What
do I care?
It only ruins your legacy and tarnishes how people view you.
Yeah.
Which is the same as ruining your legacy. I'm sorry.
But you still
same.
used all the money you were going to use.
That's true.
You had all the steak you were going to eat.
Yeah.
So what else is there?
Yeah, I guess it depends on how your own internal, how you feel about that.
You don't feel anything. You're dead.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Leave the man alone. He's dead.
Number 8, Vince Flynn, Red War by Kyle Mills. When the Russian Prime Minister plots to invade the Baltics, only Mitch Rapp can stop him with his own Mitch Rapp.
Oh, man. Well, my name is Mitch Rapp, and I'm here to say that's usually where you go.
Yeah.
Rap-wise.
Not this time.
Oh, you didn't? Do you have one? Let's hear it.
No.
Let's drop that sick beat.
Listen,
I know this isn't your fault.
What?
But these bestsellers are a real snooze fest. Every one of them has been boring.
No, I thought the Karen Kingsbury one was interesting.
Boring.
Like they curate
Dull.
their own perfect marriage on Facebook. But in life, drama.
Oh, no. They're only like 90% of all people.
Okay. Dang. Number 7, The Witch Elm by Tana French.
You're not even trying.
The Witch Elm.
The Witch. The Witch Elm.
After Toby Hennessy's retreats to his family's ancestral home, a skull discovered in the backyard exposes his family's past. Well, that's the best time for your family's past.
Yeah.
When all your family's dead.
When
what do they care?
Everyone's dead.
Yeah.
No legacy tarnished.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Found a skull. Found a skull in the backyard.
Uh-huh.
That's spooky.
Yeah.
I found bones in my backyard, but I think they were animal bones.
Yeah.
I don't think it was anything untoward.
Yeah. Like animals like squirrels or animals like chimpanzees?
Because it's an elephant graveyard.
Yeah, you might have issues if it's anything that's not rural.
Yeah. I kind of like this cover.
Local.
Town of French, The Witch Elm.
Yeah, you wanted to say The Witcher there so bad.
The Witcher.
The Witch Elm.
Henry Cavill's The Witcher.
Number 6, Holy Ghost. What? Why am I thinking there's a song?
I mean, there's a lot of
gospel
songs about the Holy Ghost.
I guess I feel like there's like a love song or a rock song.
I love the Holy Ghost.
No, never mind.
I guess
Number 6, Holy Ghost by John Sanford. Virgil Flowers investigates shootings in a Minnesota town following an attempt to revive its ailing economy. Like ancient Egypt.
They're looking for the coins.
Yeah. Number 5, Ambush. By James Patterson and James O'Bourne. Michael Bennett discovers that an assassin targeting him and his family. Would you be happier if I said this was Ambush Bug of the New Gods?
Yes.
Okay. Right? Because he's got the ambush bug. Doesn't he have like the red outfit with the bug eyes? He's fun.
He is, yeah.
He looks like he's wearing like a bee catcher helmet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to talk to you at your level here. Ambush Bug.
Thank you.
New Gods.
DC Comics.
It would help if you cared about the New Gods.
I don't really care about the New Gods.
Same as the old gods.
Huh. All right.
A Spark of Light by Jodi Picoult. The lives of patients, doctors, and activists intersect when a gunman holds them all hostage in a women's health center in Mississippi.
Mm.
You ugly. You ugly. Isn't that a thing? You say you spell it Mississippi and then you're like
MISSI. You ain't got no alibi. You ugly.
Yeah.
You ugly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Thank you.
Thank you. That pepped me right up.
No problem. Number 3, Unsheltered by Barbara Kingsolver. Intertwined stories of two families who live in different centuries on the same street corner in Vinland, New Jersey.
Ooh.
So the reaction was New Jersey.
Yeah.
Apologies to New Jersey.
Yeah.
Number 2, The Next Person You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom, the sequel to The 5 People You Meet in Heaven.
Yeah.
Follows Annie on her heavenly journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People have been, since 2003, people have been like, Mitch, what about the 6th person you meet in heaven?
Yeah.
He's been like, I'm working on it.
Yeah. I don't know, Howard Hughes, maybe?
No, I'll go back to the drawing board.
Okay. All right, number 1.
There's a lot writing on this. More than ever.
So you're holding your breath?
On this. Yeah.
Are you holding every breath
Yes.
by Nicholas Sparks? Difficult choices surface when Hope Anderson
I can't.
and True Walls meet in the North Carolina seaside town. So you're upset. This has everything you want. It has 2 people. They're meeting. It's North Carolina. It's a seaside town.
This is not what I want.
There's not a lot here in this description. Like 2x2.
They don't need it. You don't need it.
But
It's Nicholas
remember,
Sparks.
2x2 was here forever, and that was just pushing like a single dad.
Yeah.
Like you got a gist of it. Now it's just saying there's just 2 people.
Yeah.
And difficult choices.
I guess this would be a good time to mention that episode 78, we did a Nicholas Sparks spotlight.
Yeah, you and I read Knights of Rodante.
And I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
We were joined by special guest Kendra Mickles, who's
My
the
wife.
host of her own podcast.
That's
called
true.
Riddle Me. No,
No,
Nostalgia Me This.
Yeah, Nostalgia Me This.
I got it,
I know.
though.
She has to stop her co-host on that show from calling it Nostalgia Me That.
You know what? I was going to say Nostalgia Me That, and I was
Yeah.
like, no, that's wrong.
It's
And
the
then,
first part.
And then Riddle
Right.
came out.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a fun
Riddle-
podcast. You should check it out if you
Yeah.
haven't listened to it yet.
This week they talked about Willy Wonka,
Oh, I love Willy Wonka.
and the original one.
Okay. Because they're very young, so I didn't know if we were going to be talking about
You
Johnny
think they're
Depp.
nostalgic for the Tim Burton?
Maybe.
No.
They're nostalgic for Halo. I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
follow. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm a little. I'm nostalgic for Halo.
Good for you, man.
Thanks, man. All right, yeah. So
Episode 78 featuring
78,
Kendra.
yeah.
Sparks
And our-
Fly.
in a review of Knights of Rodante.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Kind of liked it.
yeah, but not the movie.
Hated that movie. Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh.
So
All right. That's it. Right?
yeah.
That's
we don't
it.
read Nicholas Sparks together anymore.
Huh.
So
Yeah. You know, we need some us time.
yeah.
And I think, what is this one called? Love Finds a Way
What?
with Danger Present. What's
This
it
is
called?
Every Breath.
No, someone dies, but
Every
we
breath.
love each other
Say
still.
every
Okay,
breath.
Every breath. All
Like
right.
the,
Every
like the
breath.
Sting song.
Yeah, every move. Well, that's the Police, technically.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, let's take it over to Goodreads, everybody. It is the 10th annual Goodreads Choice Awards. Exciting stuff. So, as we mentioned at the top of the show, this is where just readers vote. You are given a certain set of books based on, I assume, how many people have shelved these books.
Yeah, I don't know how they're picked.
There are a couple different rounds to it. So right now we're in the early stages. So you vote, and then they get a short list, and you vote, and then there's a winner. So we're just going to go through now and give you basically the highlights. You can find this all at goodreads.com/choice awards. And then you can go through all the different genres and see exactly what's picked. Quite a lot of things on here. They're also doing like a best of the best for their 10 year, so you can vote on that as well. But it's fun, so I encourage you to
the
vote.
top 10 books of the 10 years Goodreads been around.
Yeah.
So it's a big list.
It is.
I have read very little on it.
Oh, really? I had a decent amount.
Well,
All right, let's do it.
did
Let's take a
you?
look first at fiction. I think as we go through, we should just start with the ones that we've actually read, and then the others kind of go through. All right. So the best
Sure.
fiction.
Let me. No, I don't see a polling center anywhere. So I didn't vote for that. So
Oh,
let's.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know
Well,
where
the-
I was going with that.
Demotion carries.
Did you say demotion?
In case of a tie,
Uh-huh.
I get, it sides with me if there's a tie.
Right. I do remember that in my
Yeah,
contract.
yeah.
I don't know why I signed that.
Well, you have a pretty good manager who's looking out for you.
Thanks.
All right, here they are. Some of the ones we've discussed already was Killing
Were.
Commendatory by Haruki Murakami.
Yeah, that was just on the bestsellers list.
It was.
The Overstory by Richard Powers was on the short list
Mm-hmm.
for National Book.
I think so.
Yes.
Yep. There by Tommy Orange was a bestseller for quite a while.
The Female Persuasion by Meg Wolitzer.
Frederick Bachman's sequel to Up Against You. Sorry. What?
What are you doing?
Beartown is the first book.
Right.
Us Against You is the second book. So if you liked Beartown, the sequel's out.
Yeah.
You mentioned The Female Persuasion. That's actually the only one on this list that I have read.
Oh.
And I thought it was fine.
Yeah,
Given other choices, I probably wouldn't say like that was great. It was an interesting book. It was an interesting experience. It was all about. It was about a college girl who is inspired by like a big mover and shaker feminist, and she sort of follows her, and it's her progression into kind of becoming that, sort of superseding her mentor, which it's an interesting book, worth reading.
Your tastes are definitely more mystery thriller.
Thank you.
When you get over to this list.
I would also like to read 9 Perfect Strangers by Leanne Moriarty, but that's actually not out yet, so I guess they're just assuming people are going to like it, which is safe to say. She's
Leanne Moriarty.
Okay,
yeah. My wife is excited for that one.
Yeah, she is. We're going to have her back and do a Leanne Moriarty spotlight. All right. Best Mystery and Thriller.
Yeah.
So I've read a couple on here.
You've read what? The Woman in the Window?
Yes, by A.J. Finn.
The Wife Between Us?
Yes. And I think maybe that's it. I read Ruth Ware, Death of Mrs. Westaway.
And you started The President is Missing.
Oh, boy, that sucked. Can I say sucked on the podcast?
I guess you did.
Thank you. I was going to read Stephen King's The Outsider. I didn't.
No.
I've been wanting to read Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. I've been also wanting to read Bring Me Back by B.A. Paris. I haven't read either of those. I don't plan on reading Lethal White, which is J.K. Rowling's, I want to say, 4th Cormoran Strike book.
Yeah.
But I also have Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. That's on my shelf here to read.
Okay.
And Tana French's The Witch Elm, which is a current bestseller.
Yeah, The Witch Elm.
Is also on this list.
Yeah.
So if you want my vote out of the ones I've read, I think I would give it to The Wife Between Us.
Not The Woman in the Window? Wow.
I think in some ways The Woman in the Window is a better book. But I think if it's really like the mystery and like the twisty sort of thriller, if you're looking for that kind of thing, then I would probably give it to The Wife Between Us.
Okay.
That was kind of it was a well-crafted book in a way that The Woman in the Window wasn't.
Okay.
So yeah, that would be my vote there.
All right.
Death of Mrs. Westaway was very okay.
It was sad.
It was very okay.
Okay.
Best historical fiction.
Yeah.
All right, any of these stand out to you? Rhys Bowen, who is the writer of our current book club pick, what's it called? Her Royal Spinus, has one on here.
Which one?
The Tuscan Child.
Okay. Where the Crawdads Sing has been on the New York Times bestseller list for a long time, and Nick finished The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna.
I really like The Great Alone. I haven't read many of these others, but I thought The Great Alone was actually very good. And it, as you know, you're thinking of that as historical fiction, I thought it did a good job. I don't know. Usually when you hear historical fiction, you assume it's going to be like a World War II novel.
Right.
This was, this was set in the 70s, but it did a really good job of sort of capturing like the vibe of like the post-Vietnam era.
Right.
And even though these people were kind of set apart from that, it still dictated a lot of their actions. So I was really impressed with that. I do want to read Unsheltered by Barbara Kingsolver.
Yeah, didn't I just talk about that?
That's on the bestseller list.
Yeah, Barbara, that and The Clockmaker's Daughter was also on the bestsellers list and is on this as well.
Yep.
So
anyway, that's some of the ones that are on the list here. Each one has about 10 different options that you can vote from, and you always have the option to write in as well. So you can do that.
Yep.
All right, why don't you take it away, Eric? We're on fantasy now.
Okay. All right. Just pass it over to Eric. Sure, Eric loves his fantasy.
I'll continue.
No, all right. Nora Roberts' Year One is on here.
Sure is.
Circe by Madeline Miller, which just blew our mind.
Very confusing.
That was on the New York Times bestseller
number
list
one.
Yes, and for a long time. It was confusing. The Shape of Water, though, by Guillermo del Toro. Guillermo, I can't do it.
Guillermo.
Anyway, he wrote. It's his script, I think, novelized. The Spinning Silver by Naomi Novak. That's the sequel to, Uprooted, which won the Nebula a few years ago. So that's a young adult book.
Patricia Briggs. This is not one of the. What's her name? Mercy Thompson, right? Is that what it is? That's her usual series.
Maybe
it's not one of those. It's the Alpha and Omega series, book number 5, Burn Bright. Patricia Briggs is
one about the wolves.
Yeah, she stays pretty popular. I mean, she manages to, in a genre like that, like a Christine Feehan or something, you can kind of get pushed to the sidelines. But it seems like Patricia Briggs usually stays right up there. So
one I almost read. I see why I didn't. Age of War: The Legends of the First Empire.
Mm-hmm.
This is book 3. And I think I almost picked the first book up to do audiobook when I was taking a road trip.
Okay,
but I didn't. So no story.
All right, so you haven't read any of these?
No, I still need to read Uprooted.
Uprooted. Who's that by?
That's Spinning. That's Naomi Novak. I need to read the first book
of
Spinning Silver.
Oh, I see. Spinning Silver is the follow-up. Okay.
Yeah.
But what are those about? What is that series?
There's a wizard, and he's always has to take like a girl from the village. I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
But it apparently was a lot better than people were expecting.
Okay.
So I haven't read anything in romance, but let's see what big names are in romance. Usually it's pretty dirty over here. Darker by E.L. James.
Oh, sure.
Is on the list.
Yep.
The Thief by J.R. Ward. All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't recognize any of these. None of these showed up on any of the bestsellers list.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. There's not a lot of
The Wedding Date.
Not
by
a lot
Jasmine.
of big names in that either.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe I'm not super hip on the big names
Oh well,
in romance,
Lisa Kleypas. What she writes something else?
Does she?
Kleypas?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What does she write? Come on, Nick.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's the series is the Ravenels. We have one. It's called like Snow Queen, I think. That's been really popular.
Yeah.
Those are usually paperbacks, like the smaller paperbacks. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, probably J.R. Ward and Darker are the biggest names on the list, I would say.
Yeah.
By E.L. James. Darker by E.L. James.
Let's. How many times are you going to say E.L. James?
I
What's
guess
going
a
on? Best science fiction. So who's here? Pierce Brown, Iron and Gold. I've seen this series around, but I know nothing about it. V.E. Schwarb has Vengeful. She wrote the Darker Shades of Magic.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This is in her Villains series. That's book 2.
Oh, okay. Sinzin Lao has a new book, Ball Lightning, and it's a standalone, I guess. A new standalone military sci-fi adventure from the best-selling author. He wrote The 3-Body Problem.
Oh, okay.
Which won the Hugo.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 2 other books in that series that I've read the first one, and it was pretty good. As much as I didn't understand it, I was still like, no, this is cool. And people seem to be interested in it too. So they've checked it out.
Okay.
John Scalzi's on here with Head On. James S.A. Corey with Persepolis Rising. What number is that?
7. It's the 7th book in the Expanse series.
Only Human Themis Files. No, that's not one. None of these.
There's a lot of I never like when they're all like sequels because it's not a very. I mean, I guess it makes sense that they'd be the most popular ones, but it's not a very friendly list to like jump into.
No, that has the same effect on me. I'm like, oh, what's this book? Book 3. Never mind.
Yeah.
Like this one, Martha Wells' Artificial Conditioning. It's book 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not the Murderbot Diaries. All right, maybe I'll see what the first book's about.
I remember when that came out. I think that was shortlisted for something. I think that maybe it was a Hugo contender, the first one there.
Okay.
But Record of a Spacebound Few by Becky Chambers sounds interesting, but it is book 3. So
yeah, I'm not a big fan of seeing all sequels up for awards.
Yeah.
I prefer like book 1s or
yeah, it'd be kind
standalones.
of nice if they got their own category.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah. All right, so what is this? This is horror.
Let's take a look at horror. Well, biggest names on here I would say would be John Connolly's The Woman in the Woods, Elevation by Stephen King, which came out, as we record, it came out today, October 30th. I've heard
Rice.
good things about this.
Ramses the
This one.
Damned.
Anne Rice is back, huh?
Yeah. So you've heard things about The Woman in the Woods?
No, about Elevation. I've heard positive things about Elevation. Yep.
Yeah, I don't recognize anything here. Oh, no, I heard not good things about Stephen King.
Elevation? Oh, really?
Yeah.
What'd you hear?
That, like its protagonist, the book is slim and empty.
Huh. Well, I hope that's not true.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been kind of off Stephen King, so.
Okay.
I mean, I've been reading older stuff, but I'm not up to date. I was looking forward to reading that one, and now you've ruined it.
No,
for
I'm sorry.
me.
That was just AV Club.
Okay.
Get on their case. Best humor. What you need after best horror.
You sure do. Now, I do want to read Calypso by David Sedaris, and I just haven't got there yet.
Mm-hmm. My wife read or listened to The Last Black Unicorn by Tiffany Haddish. She listened at Haddish.
I've heard that's
does the
kind of it's pretty upsetting as well.
I think she's had a pretty rough life.
Yeah.
So,
got some other big names on here. Retta has a book out.
Oh yeah.
So Close. Well, I guess I can't read that whole title on the air. This Obama-Biden mystery, I've heard good things about that too. I read a little bit of that. It's basically a murder mystery where Barack Obama and Joe Biden team up to go on a road trip and solve a mystery.
Yeah.
It reminds me, reading it, reminds me of those Elvis mysteries that I like
so
much. So probably someday I'll sit down and read Hope Never Dies. But it won't be this day.
Springfield Confidential. What's this? I don't. Joe Secret's Outright Lies from a Lifetime Writing of The Simpsons. You know what? I think I don't remember hearing good things about this.
Really?
Yeah.
D.L. Hughley's got one on here. Tom Papa has one on here.
Do you remember D.L. Hughley best? I just screwed up his last. Do you remember him best from his own show or playing the Gadget Mobile?
I don't remember him from his own show, so I think by default I would have to say Gadget Mobile.
All right.
Actually, I probably know him best from Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip.
Huh?
But I'm the only one who's seen the show, so doesn't matter.
Matthew Perry doesn't remember that one either.
He tries not to.
That's not because of cocaine.
Let's look at nonfiction.
Okay.
Well, I can tell you right off the bat that Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis has been in demand. That's been on the bestseller list a long time. We've had a lot of requests for it. We do have copies of it. So check that out. Madeleine Albright has a book, Fascism, A Warning. I'm sure that's a light read.
I'll Be Gone in the Dark, One Woman's Obsession for the Golden State Killer.
Yeah.
That was a big deal for a while.
Michelle McNamara, yep.
And then they caught him.
That was published posthumously, unfortunately.
Yep. So.
Fear by Bob Woodward. What else do we have? A lot of political stuff in here, as you might expect. Out of here, I'm probably most interested in the Madeleine Albright book. I'll probably check that out. Let's move on to memoir and autobiography.
Get some ideas.
Again, you can find we're kind of jumping through here just so you can get an idea and go and vote yourself. Again, at goodreads.com/choice awards.
Okay. I don't know, my brain mixed up those letters and saw All You Can Ever Know by Nicolas Cage, but it's Nicole Chung.
Yeah, that's not Nicolas Cage at all.
Yeah.
I have a hold on In Pieces by Sally Field.
I almost said Sally Murphy, Queen of Halloween.
Shout out to the Halloween queen, Sally Murphy, Jacoby Murphy.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I got it wrong. In Pieces by Sally Field is what that's the one that I'm most excited about on this list.
Educated by Tara Westover was on the bestsellers list for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So.
Yep. I actually read the James Comey book, A Higher Loyalty, but it was dumb, and I'm not going to vote for it.
Nice.
So we also have The Sun Does Shine, How I Found Life and Freedom on Death Row by Anthony Ray Hinton. We've got Tell Me More, Stories About the 12 Hardest Things I'm Learning to Say by Kelly Corrigan, and many others. So take a look.
Do you think he had a nice car?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I hope so. This is another song lyric, though.
Grease.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Is that not what they ask?
Good stuff. No.
What do they ask about his car?
In the
Grease song, Tell Me More, Tell Me More.
Yeah. I mean, none of that's G-rated, so I can't. I can't tell you.
All right, never mind.
I've been wanting to read. Sorry, moving on to history and biography.
Dumb movie.
I've been wanting to read The Monk of Mocha by Dave Eggers. I said on the podcast that I.
We're biographies and history now.
Yeah, but I haven't actually read that yet.
So. Okay. Leadership in Turbulent Times. That one, I feel like, didn't we just talk about that?
Doris Kearns Goodwin.
On an award or something.
Yeah.
In the Hurricane's Eye. What is this?
Yeah,
George Washington.
Nathaniel Philbrick is pretty popular in this genre. Of course, we have a Mr. Rogers, The Good Neighbor,
Rocket
Life
Man,
and Work of Fred Rogers.
Yep.
This one to me is a lot more interesting than the memoir and biography.
The Good Neighbor. Oh,
The whole section. Yeah. There's a lot of the books in there that
Lincoln's Last Trial, God Save Texas, The Woman's Hour. I recognize a lot of this, even if I haven't read them. Science and Technology. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you got Neil deGrasse Tyson on here. His books tend to be pretty popular.
Accessory to War. Yep. Oh, The Rise and Fall of Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I read half of that and then was bored, and it was about dinosaurs.
You didn't. Well, I remember when you were reviewing it on the podcast, you said you like to read it before bed because it helped you fall asleep.
Yeah, half of it was about dinosaurs, and that was cool, and the other half was just this own guy's experience, like just looking for dinosaur bones, but he made it sound, it was more like a travelogue and just interacting with people. I'm like, I don't care about the fun stranger you met with an open smile. Get back to the dinosaurs.
Get back to the dinosaurs.
Who ate what? So, and who in that situation?
Michael Pollan, a big name, New York Times bestselling author here, has one. How to Change Your Mind, What the New Science of Psychedelics Teaches Us About Consciousness, Dying, Addiction, Depression, and Transcendence.
Ooh, spying on whales? They don't like that.
A topic that I'm interested in would be the space barons, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and the quest to colonize the cosmos. I don't know that I'll sit down and read that book, but interesting.
Out of the two that are in there's that one you just mentioned, and then there's The Future of Humanity by, how do I say this? Mishu?
Oh, sorry, I clicked away.
Keku? Anyway, Terraforming Mars, Interstellar Travel, Immortality, and Our Destiny Beyond. So that's basically things you'll never see.
I'm going to make a bold guess and say that the Neil deGrasse Tyson book is going to win for this.
That's a little bold.
Yeah.
But you got to be bold in the field of science, man.
That's right. You sure do. You sure do.
Do you want to talk about the cookbooks, or you just want to go through?
Well,
this would just be
Magnolia Table by Joanna Gaines has been popular.
Man,
I'll tell you that.
My wife worships at the church of Magnolia.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, there you go. So you have some insight.
Yeah.
Several vegan cookbooks on here. Chrissy Teigen's book has been a bestseller, I believe, so far. Cravings, Hungry for More. Lots of good cookbooks on here, and cookbooks are always popular here at the library.
Are they really?
Yes.
I don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
People are always
I use All Recipes, the All Recipes app.
Well, aren't you just a new kid on the block?
Hey, the graphic novel section.
Yeah.
A lot of the same from last year. A lot of the same titles, so I'm not super excited, though I've read some. I mean, Paper Girls Volume 4 is here. Ms. Marvel is here. She's been here like every year. The Avengers Zone is new. That one I liked. Be Prepared is new. That was one I voted for. I liked that one.
Fence sounded kind of good to me.
Yeah, Fence looks cool. Black Bolt we have in our collection.
I've read Black Bolt. I didn't like it.
Herding Cats, that's a new Sarah Scribbles one, so that will probably be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Saga Volume 8. That was a good one. I gave that 4 stars. Look at that. This Sabrina one I've seen popping up different places now.
I'd probably give it to Paper Girls out of there.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you'd be wrong.
I would?
No, I mean, Be Prepared is just a standalone. It's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, let's look at poetry. We got
a couple
names we know. Kwame Alexander, Rebound. Didn't you read Rebound?
No.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
I read Booked and the basketball one.
Okay.
Crossover.
Alice Walker has a new one, Taking the Arrow Out of the Heart.
Okay.
And let's look at debut author.
Debut authors.
This is one that I would give to AJ Finn here for Woman in the Window, because it's a strong debut. So that would be my choice. A lot of these are repeats from earlier. There by Tommy Orange, Girl Burns Brighter. The Chalk Man by C.J. Tudor, Tattooists of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. A lot of repeats in here.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean?
Repeats?
Well, from previous categories.
Oh, okay.
These are all. Most of these ones debuts have been nominated from other places.
You said nominated, like nominated.
Oh, thank you.
That was hilarious.
What do you think about this best young adult fiction?
I think as somebody who buys the best young adult fiction for the library, I'm doing pretty good this year.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're always a fan of those Charlotte Holmes books. Case for Jamie.
I'm not a fan.
Well,
I'm a fan of the concept.
They're popular.
They are popular.
You like
yeah.
them, yeah.
Pudding, which is the sequel to Dumplin', is up there. I just ordered the Cheerleaders and Leah on the Offbeat myself today.
Leah on the Offbeat's is that by the Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Same author.
Love, Hate, and Other Filters has been. You just requested Sadie.
Yeah, Sadie by Courtney Summers. That looked really good. That looked like a thriller.
Starry Eyes, Tyler Johnson was here. Love Life in the List, and Save the Date we all have. Love Life in the List is by Casey West. She's like a very popular romance, teen romance author. Those are very popular.
A lot of familiar names over on the young adult science and fantasy section.
Let's see. So you got Marie Lu for Wild Card. You got War Storm, which I think is the end of this series, this Red Queen.
Oh, wow.
By... what is it, Victoria Aveyard, Sarah J. Maas, The Court of Frost and Starlight, Kingdom of Ash. Is Kingdom of Ash out?
Some of them aren't. I don't think I've seen that one.
Lifelike, Obsidio, Children of Blood and Bone, who's also up for debut author. Cruel Prince, Thunderhead, The Fates Divided probably is not going to win by Veronica Roth.
Yeah, I tried the first one. Not even Lasnak could keep me reading.
The Bells, Dread Nation had a lot of steam at the beginning, and Reapers at the Gates by Seba Tahir. So, a lot of repeat people. Another section where there's a lot of series in here, a lot of volume 2. I mean, the Sarah J. Maas one is like book 7?
Yeah.
So, Children of Blood and Bone was one that I think still has a lot going for it right now.
Okay.
So middle grades. Did I look at this one? I think I did. Before we
middle grades. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've one of the nominated one here has been on a couple other lists, and that is Willa of the Wood by Robert Beatty. That's gotten some good reviews. That's one I'd like to check out.
You have Neil Patrick
Bestseller.
Harris, The Magic Misfits. You have The Penderwicks at Last, which is the last book of whatever that series is, the Penderwick series.
Mm-hmm. Rick Riordan, of course.
Yeah, actually, did you notice you got Arusha in the End of Time? This is Pandava Quartet Book 1.
Okay.
By Roshani Chokshi.
Yeah.
Rick Riordan presents.
Interesting.
He's getting in the James Patterson game.
Wow, so he's like putting his brand on that. Okay.
But we have most of these ones too. I think last year, wasn't it Rick Riordan who won? And that seemed like...
I think so.
And that doesn't seem fair. Sunny by Jason Reynolds. That's part of the Track series. Those are popular as well.
The Track series? What is that?
Just kids at school doing track.
Kids who run track.
Yeah.
Okay.
You figured it out, man.
Well, great.
All right. You would know any of these picture books.
I sure would.
Me.
Well, I can tell you right now that my favorite of the ones I've read, and I have the rest of these coming, would be Drawn Together by Min Lee.
Okay.
That's a great story. It's about a kid and his grandpa, and they don't speak the same language.
I saw the Comedy Central series.
And so he goes and is hanging out with his grandpa, and they're just really not connecting.
Mm-hmm.
And so the kid starts drawing,
right?
And then the grandpa starts drawing, and they have this whole world where he's drawing in a really classic style with pencil, and the kids all color, and then they switch instruments, and it's just a really good book about different ways to communicate, ways to connect with people. Cool. Illustrations are good. The writing is good. I really like that one a lot. Matt De La Pena, who won the Newbery for a picture book a couple years back, Last Up on Market Street, has one called Love that's on here, which I actually thought was just okay. It wasn't great. But those are the ones that I've read so far, and I will have more coming. Baby Monkey, Private Eye, which, I mean, how can you resist a title like that?
Where is this one?
Hello, Lighthouse.
My Old Friend?
Petra.
Oh.
Julian is a Mermaid. I Am Enough, Island Born, Little Ladies, Bold Women in Black History. So quite a list here. And actually, I'm looking. I will read all of these, so I'm looking forward to that. I think most of them sound pretty interesting. Yeah. And this is, I mean, just as a parent, I like this because it points me in the direction of some things that I might have missed otherwise. Yeah. I can read to my son, and we've got some of his favorite books out of these awards in the past. So.
Cool.
Anyway, I cast some votes for ones that I've read in here, and
nice.
I'm gonna.
You can vote for multiples in the same category?
No. I mean, I didn't vote in every single category for the Goodreads Choice Awards. But I hope to read a couple of more by the time the actual awards are announced, and we'll keep you up to date.
We'll read the winners. We'll see what we have read. It's in December. Is the awards.
Yep.
Award season is real good to us.
It is. Yeah.
Real good content-wise.
That's right. Oh, and it helps, like I said earlier, I mean, it really helps fill out the collection, making sure that we've got everything that we need to have. And actually, a lot of these Best Picture books, hats off to our children's librarian, because we have most of them.
Yeah.
So
I just told you all the ones I had.
Well, you already took your own hat off. Kate's not here.
That's true. I did. Yeah. I tipped my hat to myself.
You did.
I looked in the mirror and I tipped my hat, and then in process, my reflection tipped his hat to me.
You. That's right.
And if you hold a mirror up while you're doing that, it's an infinite hat tipping.
No,
so it's pretty great.
Yeah. Let's talk about some upcoming library events. So we have a popular favorite, Creek Bend Band, coming back. They're here just about every year. That's November 15th at 7 o'clock. The book clubs we're currently wrapping up on The Dead Zone, and then we're going to start Never Go Back by Lee Child.
Never.
And the thing with the Jack Reacher books, if you haven't read a lot of Jack Reacher books, you can jump in just about any place.
That's what I figured, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't need to have read all the others. You can jump right in.
Right.
And then we're reading Her Royal Spyness by Reese Bowen, and that's later this month, so we hope you can join us for either of those. What about you, buddy? What do you got?
going on.
Yeah.
Let's see. So today is Tuesday, not Tuesday, the 2nd, which is a Friday, November 2nd at 3:30. We're showing Teen Titans Go to the Movies, which was pretty darn funny.
I love that movie.
And then I guess it's business as normal with Teen Night starting the 7th again, because we're taking tomorrow off because there's like a block party in the city for Halloween.
It's exciting.
So all the kids are going to be there. Apparently, I can't offer the same equivalent as a block party.
No, you can't.
No amount of Nintendo Switches
Shouldn't
equal
even
a
try.
block party. But we just had Hawk Creek.
That was so much fun. My son loved that.
We had Hawk Creek Wildlife Center come, and they brought their Harry Potter Owls presentation. And so basically they brought 3 hours, a screeching owl, a barn owl, and another type of owl I can't remember.
I can't remember what it was either.
But they're owls that you would find in Harry Potter's world, or just cool
and these
owls.
were rescue owls.
These
as
were
well.
yes. One of them had
Which was a nice touch.
the screeching owl, the small one, was deaf because its tree had been cut down when it was young, but it was like 14 years old.
Yeah.
My wife felt so sad. I'm like, I think it's living a pretty good life.
Okay, yeah. Well, he said the upper limit for their life expectancy was 10 years.
Yeah.
And she was 14.
Yeah.
So she's doing well.
But yeah, they were real good. They we had everybody like in chairs and everything, but he still walked like in between the aisles and let people get pictures with the owls. So yeah, that was really fun. And then we had our Halloween party, and that was a packed, sold-out room.
Yes, it was.
So
it was wall to wall. We're gonna have to expand next year.
Yeah, so that was a big deal. And then we're gonna be doing like 1,000 books. By, what is it? 1,000 books by kindergarten.
Yeah, that's the plan. It's a new program that we're doing where we're encouraging parents to read 1,000 books to their kids before the kids hit kindergarten.
Right.
It improves literacy skills, it improves vocabulary skills, and just really helps to set kids off, get them off to a good start.
Yeah.
So we're trying to make that. I know 1,000 sounds daunting, but we've got some simple ways to accomplish that.
But we're throwing like a launch party.
Yes.
Do you remember is that the 16th or the 7th?
I believe it's the 17th.
That's a Saturday.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll post for sure.
Yeah, and there'll be sign-ups starting sometime this week.
Yep.
So those will be all on our Facebook and everything.
Yep.
So that's what's going on here.
Yeah, pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah.
We're done with Halloween, so we can't talk about Halloween books for another year.
Yeah. Ever.
So,
Yeah.
Yep. We should get Jessica, who works here at the library, to come on and
tell us about the haunted
debrief
house.
about the haunted house,
Yeah.
because she goes deep on the haunted house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, she just did some. We had the YMCA come over and she applied zombie makeup to them.
Scary.
And it was pretty grotesque. I'll show you some pictures.
Yes, no, I'm good.
No, it's good.
Fine.
It looks like they've actually eaten human beings.
Yeah, I hear you, and I don't.
All right.
I don't think.
I mean, tonight's taco night at my house.
It's
so
your
that's
own
kind
house?
of a big deal.
Great. So everybody, Eric's address is.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
It's Dancing with the Stars. We do Dancing with the Stars and we eat tacos.
Does that have a name? Does it have a special cute name?
No, I don't think it does.
Is it tacos?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just tacos and tango or tangos and taco. I don't know. Either way,
Cute.
I'm trying to think if there's anyone. Joe from Facts of Life, she's gone.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was a bummer.
Well,
but
I hope she took the good and took the bad.
John Schneider, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Of Dukes of Hazzard,
Yeah.
but for you, Smallville.
Yeah, he's just a good
he's
old
still
boy.
there.
Good for him.
So he's having a good old time.
He's making his way the only way he knows how.
He's one of those people that like you'd be like, John, your life stinks. He's like, no, I don't think so. It's like, no, it does. He's like, nope, I got my guitar. I got some bubble gum. Things are going all
more
right.
Power to him.
So
we could all stand to be more like John Snyder.
Okay. All right, that's it.
That is it. All right, thanks so much for tuning in, folks. We'll be here next week. We'll see you then. Bye.
And bye to Twitch.
That's right.
And the Dog Chef emote.
Yeah, I love that Dog Chef emote.
Yeah. Dreamy Warrior.
Yeah.
Who's been at this stream before.
Yeah, I've seen him.
He found a way to put knives into my emotes.
Oh.
And it's sad. I think it's like a
upsetting.
Halloween theme. But anyways, like I have like this special set of emotes that you can use on my channel from this other site. I got to pick like 20. So he was putting a knife through Kirby and the T-Rex.
Wow.
Made me sad.
You don't want to see that.
Yeah, Mario.
Wow. It's a me.
Yeah.
No.
Stop. But don't you know who I am?
Look at these suspenders.
All right.
Yeah, I think with that,
All right,
Mario
bye,
impression,
everybody.
we'll cut it off.